It's Wednesday, April 3rd, and welcome on back to the Damon Bruce Show. A year of live Damon Bruce shows. Today is the 1-year anniversary. Just happens to be the 250th Damon Bruce show that we've done here on YouTube together, and a full calendar year together. Thank you so much for some of you who've been here since day one. Some of you are just getting here right now. Better late than never. Please hit like and subscribe. It's been an unbelievable journey here in this first year. Just over 18,000 subscribers, approaching like nearly 4 million views here soon. A good year one, any way I want to kind of whack it up and measure it. And I'm tough on myself. I really am. So we're off to a good start. I'm not going to go ahead and call it a great start, but it's a very good start, and thank you so much for being a huge part of it. Without you, none of this could be happening. None of this would be working if it weren't for you coming on back here and supporting as often as you do. And I thank you so much for your loyalty. I truly, truly do. We got a few things to hop into here today. But again, we want to thank, as always, our main sponsor, Aiyuk. Without Aiyuk, we are not up and running with the improved equipment that we now have here. He has been an integral part of making this thing a little bit more professional, a little bit better, better videos to put out. And I thank Aiyuk very, very much for his sponsorship. It means an awful lot. Now, I don't mean to diminish Aiyuk's sponsorship or his little graphic here with the absolute dominance of our next graphic, but I still haven't figured out a way to make this fit into a little corner. So let me thank Aiyuk's and download that app and start ordering your way to free sandwiches. And make sure the next time you're up for a pint, you get yourself to the Dubliner in West Portal, who are in now as a sponsor of the Damon Bruce Show, and we are thrilled to have the Dubliner aboard. It is an awesome neighborhood bar. West Portal is just an awesome neighborhood, and we are going to be getting together there to have some drinks, to watch some sports, to hang out, maybe a little Masters Sunday is something we all put together. Maybe we'll get there to watch a national championship game next Monday night. We'll have to figure it all out, but I am thrilled to have the Dubliner aboard. What a great group of guys that run that bar. And it's a phenomenal bar, man. Just the sports memorabilia hanging up on the Dubliner walls alone is enough for a reason to stop in there. But all the good folks, good people, and the love that they're giving the Damon Bruce Show should make the Dubliner certainly fly up your draft boards when you're thinking about the next good bar to go to, certainly on the south side of the city. Got crazy love for the Dubliner, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's just see. Rockin' New Air 84 says, I wish I could make it to the Dubliner West Portal. Often Dubliner is closer to me. Dublin is closer to you. The actual city of Dublin. Well, I'm sorry about that, but I guarantee you there's a Muni that'll bring you to the West Portal Dubliner faster than there's a Muni that'll bring you to actual Dublin. So I'm just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there. So again, thanks to Aiyuk, thanks to the Dubliner, and thanks to the Golden State Warriors. What do you know? They've won 5 in a row. Beat Luka Doncic, beat the Mavericks last night, did it by the skin of their teeth. It actually looked like one that might get away from them, but the Warriors are continuing to play better basketball coming down the stretch here, and that's really all you can ask at this point in time of the year. You kind of are who you are, and who the Warriors are on any nightly basis is to be determined by what the hell we're seeing. There are some nights where it looks like they are connected, they're on the same page, and it's working. There are other nights where, God, they're anything but that. The last few nights in a row have been pretty good to the Golden State Warriors. Now, the next couple of games in a row need to be good to the Warriors as well. They are in Houston, where they're going to be playing the Rockets, who are obviously right in their rearview mirror, trying to take the 10 seed from them. And then they're going to be playing the Dallas Mavericks once again. Again, the Warriors were able to overcome Kyrie and Luka at Chase Center. Doing it in Dallas will be a little bit more difficult for sure. But again, the Warriors, we said this week, they are a weird team, man. They're just a weird, weird basketball team. There's no way around it. There's no way pretending that it's anything other than that. They're weird. And I still don't know what to make of them. But at least Trayce Jackson-Davis seems to be now implanted into that starting 5. And I'll tell you that we are working on a conversation with Trayce Jackson-Davis that hopefully we're going to be having soon here on the Pluce. And we are looking forward to that. Obviously, Warriors, they're starting to point in the right direction. Won't say as much about the Giants, who, look, have lost a couple of games here in LA, but they still are better than I think what a lot of people thought they would see. The Giants are not showing up dead on arrival. A lot of people thought this would be a dead on arrival, certainly an enthusiasm dead on arrival season for the Giants. Hasn't quite happened. I think there's a reason to be interested, and there's a reason to look, and there's a reason to watch, and there's a reason to figure out who's having the kind of performances that you can build the season around. Again, Conforto off to a good start. Matt Chapman off to a good start. Jung-Hoo Lee ran into a wall the other night, but good start for him. Logan Webb hasn't got the wins yet, but decent start. Got roughed up a little bit last night. We'll see what Blake Snell looks like. I guess he'll be going on Monday. Kyle Harrison closing out this series tonight against the Dodgers. So we got interesting. Can't promise you a winner. Can't promise you this is going to be an awful lot of fun. But interesting is something that we were afraid the San Francisco Giants weren't even going to provide. And they provided that. So let's see where they take it beyond the interesting. Some interesting things happening in the NFL. Two headlines today that connect directly to what the 49ers might look like next year. We'll start with the absolute direct connection where we saw the 49ers put an offer sheet out to Lions tight end Brock Wright. The Lions have matched that. Brock Wright will not be putting on a 49ers uniform. He will not be leaving the Detroit Lions to come west. He is going back to the Detroit Lions. They have matched a 3-year, $12 million offer sheet. So there you go. Brock Wright no longer in the 49ers plans. Is Brandon Aiyuk going to be in the 49er plans going forward? This is something that Larry and I discussed ad nauseum today here on Wake Up Already. And it's just feeling more and more the way you look at it, the way it's shaping up, that Brandon Aiyuk might be just a bridge too far from a price standpoint. It looks like Brandon Aiyuk might be thinking my future is better somewhere else at a price that I want to play for than going back to the Niners. Well, what you might get in trading Brandon Aiyuk maybe came into a little bit more focus here this afternoon because there has been a trade of another premier wide receiver in this league. The Buffalo Bills are sending 4-time Pro Bowler wide receiver Stephon Diggs to the Houston Texans for draft pick compensation, which is only a 2025 second rounder. The Bills also had to splash some draft picks in the deal to get it done. The Texans are getting Diggs, a 2024 sixth rounder, and a 25 fifth rounder. So it took Stephon Diggs and picks to get a second rounder from the Houston Texans. What can the 49ers really expect out of Brandon Aiyuk then? Is he going to be enough just to get you into the first round? Pardon me. Frog in the throat. As you know, the sip of the day has already happened, but we need a medicinal sip right here. By the way, the coffee has been delivered. We're back drinking black coffee here. No more tea for the foreseeable future on the program. That should make the program better. Stephon Diggs isn't even getting you a 1. Now, Stephon Diggs is 4 years older than Brandon Aiyuk, but Brandon Aiyuk is not Stephon Diggs in terms of production at this point in his career. So what are you going to get if you really do flip Brandon Aiyuk? Are you in the middle of the second round? Are you in the middle of the first round? It feels less likely to just believe that could be the outcome. Are you in the top of the second round? Are you moving up just a spot or two at the end of the first round? Saw a very big, complex, story today about what trade opportunities could be out there for John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan as they're looking to move around this draft. How many second, third round picks do you have to move in just to move up 5 to 6 spots in the first round? You're going to have to giving 2 players away a little bit later on in the draft to move up 2, 3, 4 spots in the first round. And getting as many players in the room at reasonable prices as the price of business is going to go up in 2025 as the price of Brock goes up. Again, it's the 49ers trying to serve 2 masters. They need to be all in on this year while they are still leaving some wiggle room for how different the team's economics are going to be in 2025 once Brock really opens up that wallet to get paid. So it ain't going to be easy trying to squeeze in everything that the 49ers need into this draft or come out of the draft with everything that you need at the prices that you can afford and just be guaranteed real NFL players. Again, I don't care how robust a draft is supposed to be. You never know until the guys get out there and actually start playing. There's an awful lot of that didn't work out early in drafts to attach to Lynch and Shanahan. There's an awful lot of, hey, in the middle of the draft, that player did work out to point at. So success and failure rates, nothing is guaranteed, but we are getting closer and closer and closer to the NFL draft by the day here. And what a just huge moment in time this is for the 49ers. Are they really going to kick down a Super Bowl window? Yes or no? That we will kind of know the answer after this draft. Not that we'll even know about the draft players until they get out there and start playing, but it's just a huge draft. Just an absolute huge draft for the San Francisco 49ers. Again, anything other than winning a Super Bowl is now a regression. That is a tough tent to live in. Anything other than you won it all means you're getting worse. That's tough. That is tough. A couple of other things to let you know about. Again, that Bleacher Report article said, so suppose, you want to move up to 26. You want to move up, trade with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to get up to 26. Well, Bleacher Report is saying in order to get to 26, to get ahead of the Cardinals who are picking at 27, to get a guy like Graham Barton at 26, you're probably going to have to move number 31, 124, and 132 to Tampa Bay for 26. I don't know if you want to do that. Because you're going to have to stack the cupboard with going to be ready to play reasonably priced NFL contracts. Then there's the whole, hey, why don't you just take all your first round picks here, your first, a second, a fourth maybe, and flip them all to a guy like, Patrick Surtain in Denver. Something Larry and I have been talking about. Again, you get a proven player. Would a lockdown corner be enough to mask the deficit that you might have at linebacker, at safety? If you can just say, well, Patrick Surtain's going to cover a third of the field and they got 10 other guys to worry about the other two-thirds. Couple of other things that are going on. Not only did the Lions match on Brock Wright, we've got a visit officially scheduled for the Las Vegas Raiders, who are going to be hosting Michael Penix Jr. from Washington today. He just spent yesterday visiting with the Denver Broncos. So there's a couple of division rivals talking to the same quarterback, maybe interested right in him right in the middle of that first round. So where does Penix end up? Raiders are kicking the tires on him right now. Interesting there. He's one of their first, the official 30, the visits that you get to make. 49ers have been linked to Tyler Boyd, who is a former Bengals wide receiver, has been in the league for like 8 years, all in Cincinnati. He's 29 years old, but maybe he is a price point replacement for a veteran who's at least been around the league and done a few things, rather than just turning Brandon Aiyuk into good luck with a rookie. So that is a player to keep an eye on. And that is pretty much the NFL news that we have for you, breaking, developing, that we're looking at in this hour. I saw that Missouri voters have told basically the Kansas City Chiefs and Kansas City Royals, yeah, we're not coming up with a whole bunch of new tax bullshit for you to build new stadiums or add on to stadiums or expand your stadiums. You got billionaires who bought in at $100 million. Now a franchise is worth billions. You guys pay for it. Good for you, Missouri. Good for you. Because these billionaires shouldn't need help making the investment in the stadiums that they call home, and they keep all the profit in. It's nuts. I'm glad that Missouri is telling both these teams, like, screw off. We're not doing that for you. You want to stick around? Great. You got the money to do that. You figure it out. Of course, you got both owners saying, I thought these teams meant a lot to this area. Well, they do. They mean a lot to you in that area as well. They've gone from being worth hundreds of millions to now several billion. Like, you're already making money even if you spend all your money. You've made it. Oh, these owners are something else. They're really sons of bitches. They truly are. When it comes to the biggest SOB out there in ownership, God, we got more John Fisher in the city of Oakland just finding just no reason to sit down at a table ever. The A's and the city of Oakland, stop me if you've heard this one before, aren't even close on the numbers that they're exchanging when it comes to maybe signing an extension for the A's to finish out at the Coliseum. Oakland, get out of the A's business. I saw Raj Mathai report that the terms on this lease extension, the city wanted $97 million over 5 years, and the A's are offering $17 over 2. Just walk away. Just walk away. I don't think the money is worth the bad tidings and just the headache that this team now represents. The blight on any and all progress that the A's officially represent for the city of Oakland. Just get out of the business. Send their asses to Sacramento and tell them you even help them pack. Get them out. Get them out. John Fisher will never be anything more than a prick who gets in the way. Ever. That's what he is. That's what he does. That's the headline. That's his job title. He's the prick who gets in the way of any good idea, of any sort of handshake agreement that reasonable sides could have had. Go ahead, follow your buddy Vivek up to Sacramento and stay there, or don't, or move to Las Vegas, or don't, or move to Salt Lake City, or don't. I can't even care anymore. I can't even pretend to care anymore. It is so wrong what has happened. So wrong what has happened. It's just gross. So it's officially Humo Day. No one can ever get over the hump that is John Fisher. We'll see if the Warriors can now get a couple of wins on the road and actually take this winning streak to 7 games. We'll see if the Giants can salvage one down in Los Angeles against the Dodgers are just a monster on paper and in reality too, Dodger team. And we'll keep our eye on any moving NFL news. Man, I wanted to streamline these shows, but we can't just do like a 20-minute show here. We got to keep going. Especially on a day where we're celebrating a 1-year anniversary. A 1-year anniversary of live shows here. I mean, the year's gone by fast. I'll tell you that much. It's gone by very, very fast. Instead of doing Club Pluce, let's just hop right in. Let's talk right now. Let's chit-chat right here. The Damon O. Pluce Show. Oh, thank you, Albert. Are we getting Irish on everybody? Is that because we got to deal with the Dubliner? I like it. Maybe the Dubliner needs to find out about the legend of Humo Day. Went in there the other day with Jillian, just yesterday, in the middle of the afternoon. They had a great little daytime crowd in there. Got a Guinness. Jillian got a pint of cider. Sat down, talked to Kenny about plans for the future. It's going to be an awful lot of fun being in business with just a great bar. Red Jet Shell. Go Warriors, baby. Go Warriors. Let's see what they do. I mean, I don't expect much. But if they're going to do anything, they're going to do it with Draymond Green balling his fist and playing some nasty basketball. And he's done that the past couple of games. Andrew Wiggins has actually answered the bell in the last couple of games. Again, it's a hard thing to start depending on. R.I.P. Cougar Rebel. Dude, shout out Draymond. Blocking the steal in that same play. That was an awesome play that he made last night. That was great. We got a name that I have not seen before. Kitchen Handy. Kitchen, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Memberships are indeed available. Getting excited over the Warriors is like enjoying paint drying. Oh, they're better than that. I mean, come on. I know what boring, uninteresting basketball is. The Warriors might not be guilty of being a great basketball team, but they're not also guilty of being uninteresting. As a matter of fact, they're a little too interesting for my taste, if you don't mind me saying. They're a little too interesting. I'd like less interest. I'd like more. I can expect this now when it comes to the Golden State Warriors. Red Jet Shell. It's calling herself out. Thank you very much, Red Jet. Where has this Warriors defense been all year, Nathan? I don't know. I don't get it. Again, they're a tough outfit to figure out. It's a really, really weird year. An undefined year. And now with like 7 games remaining, they're still very much undefined. I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm absolutely looking at a team that's probably not taking out the Nuggets. Maybe they do that to the Minnesota Timberwolves. I don't know. I mean, who is that first round matchup going to be if they indeed get there? Will they have an actual shot? I don't know. Drew Down saying Webb got shelled yesterday. I mean, he got smacked around. I don't know if he got shelled. It wasn't great. They're not bad, though. I'm looking at the Giants. I'm looking at the Dodgers. One team is so much better than the other, but at the same time, it's not that much better. Like, Mookie Betts is just a total stud. The Giants really are one. Just give me a total stud at bat that you can count on every single time. Oh, it would have changed things. Solar got into one, though. That's good. Again, Matt Chapman, Michael Conforto, keep it up. DVDV says Curry is saving his best for last this year, just like last year. I'm not worried one bit, and I look forward to those play-in playoff games. There you go. Little optimism. I'll take it. Look at it this way. I'm looking forward to it too. Someone's like, why would you even want to go to the playoffs? Because it's the playoffs. You want to take your shot with a team that's had success in the playoffs. Sporticus saying, dude, Texans got Stephon Diggs. They're not messing around. No, they are not. Dude, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Stephon Diggs, Joe Mixon, Daniil Hunter, Azeez Al-Shaair. They've added like 3 other D tackles, a couple corners as well. You put that all behind D'Amico Ryans, who had a playoff team in year number 1, behind C.J. Stroud, who looked fantastic. Dude, Houston Texans are not waiting their turn to get to the front of the line. They are working their way up to that front of the line. It's going to be interesting to see what they really become in year 2. True Blue Forever, Verklempt. Did we get Verklempt? Was that the frog in the throat? Was that what that was? Yeah, it was a little. Now we got a medicinal sip of the day. Albert will take it. Big Mac. 49ers won't get a first for Aiyuk. Look, you might be right. The only thing that could possibly be there would be he's young enough, he's in his prime enough, and you get one more kind of controllable year. But any extension would probably be a part of that. We're not getting closer to Brandon Aiyuk being worth a first rounder. I think we're getting further away from it. And if that means Brandon Aiyuk stays, I actually think that's the best thing for the frickin' 49ers anyways. BA's going nowhere, says Corporal Tez, just like Debo was never going anywhere. I hope you're right. But they are getting cost prohibitive. What are we talking, Long Island iced tea shots? Actually, you know what? I got a little, look at that, just a little bit of whiskey here in my last bottle of black and one of my original sponsors. So, from a year ago to now, little love for black. And by the way, let's give a little love to Dr. Paul Hughes, to Bottom Line Bets, to Uncle Boys, everyone who was stepping up to the plate early on here, looking for sponsors. You meant an awful lot to me in the progress up to this point. Thank you to Ike's. Thank you to the Dubliner. My boys at the Halfway Club, got love for them as well, where we've done a Pluce Mania. Thanks so much to everyone at the Victory Hall who hosted the first 2 Pluce Manias. It's been a really good, fun, interesting year here. Cheers to you. Woo! Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Screw a Long Island iced tea. We'll just put some whiskey on it. Joji, konnichiwa. Konnichiwa, Joji. Thank you so much for being here. Good to have Sam Bruno Mike back in the mix. Otis Bird saying, dude, Penix could be an interesting fit for the Raiders if they draft him. Look at it this way. I'll be leaning forward into watching Raiders games more with Penix than without him. That's for sure. I would agree with this too. Penix could easily be the best quarterback in this draft. He could also easily be the guy that has been banged up so much you want to approach with caution. That has not been what I would call an injury-free career to this point. Again, you get banged up in college, you're going to get banged up in the NFL for sure. All right. What else we got going on? Again, no formal Club Pluce today. I just want to come and see you, what you got going on here. Albert's saying, hey, Damon, did you see the retail worker cheat sheet that went viral yesterday? How workers are instructed to say certain things to fans? I did see that at the A's game. Somebody had this is how you deal with fans. It's unbecoming of Major League Baseball. Every element of how the A's are run, how they're allowed to run, is unbecoming of a Major League Baseball team, and I cannot believe that Major League Baseball has carved out a place for John Fisher to operate like this without damage, without anything, without any, you owe us more than that, buddy. It's just gross. It's just awful. Sporticus is saying, hey, Missouri's calling the bluff. Good for them. Unless the Royals and Chiefs call it and move away. This is the essence of negotiation. Yeah, they're not going anywhere. I mean, they're not going anywhere. And what's beautiful about this is if the Royals really, here's the thing, baseball has so screwed up what John Fisher wants to do in Las Vegas that they're letting John Fisher ruin 2 markets. Maybe the Kansas City Royals could have had a little leverage move to play, but that's gone now. Because you're giving John Fisher the fertile soil that is Las Vegas. It's just ridiculous. Why would they do that? Why would they do that? Padrig. Hello from Ireland. Patrick O'Brien here. How are you doing, lads? Damon Bruce, how about you? Number 10 captain for Ireland and Munster 2025. I don't know what you're talking about, but thank you. I don't speak Irish. We're all a little bit Irish. Oh, Smiley Dan. Smiley Dan, happy 1-year anniversary. Stay safe. Thank you very much, Smiley. I will do just that. My good friend Carl, who has helped out an awful lot on this channel. I've said it before, but I must say it again. Can you imagine being in the audio content business and letting Damon out the door? Maybe you'd be bankrupted in perpetuity. You frauds. You know who you are. Well, thank you, Carl. Thank you very much. Look, Radio may not need me, but what I've found out in this first year is that I definitely don't need them. And that has been refreshing. Something I was worried about. We got my man, the postman. Oy, oy, oy. Always good to see you. Wants to send it in, Jerome. Where's my send it in, Jerome? Send it in, Jerome! Thank you very, very much. E. Scott Burns saying, Damon, man, keep it up. Keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing and have done for so long. That is the plan. We're just going to keep going. We're just going to keep swimming. JJ Rader, sponsor of the Ganja Jar himself. Andrew Wiggins is playing well. Someone needs to check and see if he isn't pulling an Ohtani, just taking his overs. Hey, look, if that's what it takes to bring it out of him, do it. True Blue, thank you so very, very much. Little 10 spot. So you're saying that I've been unproductive at work for an 11 a.m. for a full year now. Thank you very, very much. If I can cut into your production, I've done my job. But the beautiful thing is you can still use this however you need to. However you need to. Hold on, we got some generosity coming on down the pipe here. First of all, San Bruno Mike, thank you very, very much. Your year one in the books, the video where you're yelling the Pluce with the whiteboard and the marker, yeah, no more rookie year. Out of my rookie year. I'm a sophomore now. But thank you very much. There you go. You got your bottle pull. Now we're full circle. The bottle pulls. A little 1 year shot. Thank you very, very much. Oh, yeah, and thank Jax. Jax was a great T-shirt shop that hooked me up with some of my early T-shirts. I still rock them. Dr. Paul Hughes has been an unbelievable support. And by the way, my foot, he's working on it. It's still, Chef A was asking, how's the foot? Needs some rehab, needs some work. But I thank very much Dr. Paul Hughes for his sponsorship. The guy's just been incredible. And how about this? Rob C-Note coming in big. Thank you very much. Rob C-Note is in here. And it doesn't stop with Rob C-Note because my man is not only giving free x-rays, he's dropping $100 as well. Thank you very much, Doc. Appreciate you so very, very much. Really, really appreciate it, fellas. Thank you so much to Jillian for all the help that she has provided over here. Thanks to all of you. Damon, I've been listening for 20 years. Glad you're on YouTube and I don't need to go on radio anymore. Thank you very much, Albert. I appreciate that. But thanks so much to Dr. Paul Hughes, to Robbie C-Note there. You're all the best. JJ Rader, again, is giving it the Ganja Jar. Congratulations in 1 year. Thank you very, very much. Oh, by the way, what we do love about Dr. Paul Hughes is not only is he willing to correct what's wrong with you and help you out with cellular replacement therapy or whatever you might need. If you need if you need a parlay, if you're looking for a trifecta at Aqueduct, this is the guy to talk to. Playing horses and wing today. Wing? What are you winging it? Dock rates are going up now. Thank you very, very much. Again, thanks to all of you. So what I am about to go do is continue to arrange where I can go get therapy. The one place I wanted to go to is out of network, a little too pricey. Maybe I gotta give Dr. Paul Hughes here a call, get a therapist that works a little bit better. But God, Joe Schmo. Hey, Damon, what about just shoving your foot up John Fisher's butt as therapy? Hey, I do that for $3 every single day. Oh, and there she is herself. Miss Jillian. Happy 1 year anniversary, Plucers. Again, happy anniversary to us. Happy anniversary to you. Thanks so much for the generous super chats, for the support, for the memberships, for the likes, for the subscribes. You're all awesome. And what we need is some sports headlines. More sports headlines. because I'm never going to waste your time. And I feel like we have officially drifted into, are we wasting time? See, Dr. Kobe Knees, he's the one to help you out. Absolutely. Dr. Kobe Knees is helping. And Red Jet, you are a sweetheart. Thank you very much. For the tribe leader, she says, tribe called Pluce, represent Zen. You're all absolutely incredible, inspiring people who have made this year of transition a lot less bumpy than it could have been. And I thank you so very, very much. And to say that we're just getting started is a big understatement. So thank you. Thanks to all of you for everything that you've done to support this and encourage me to keep on going on and let me realize there is a world out there that no longer includes radio, and I don't need to feel bad about that. The problem is on their end, no longer on mine. And I thank you all so very, very much. And I'm just going to tell you right now that you don't have to go home. You just can't stay here. And folks, sports don't build character. They reveal it. You're all incredible. Have a great Wednesday.